August 4th, 2009, and this is the bridge over the creek that is the boundary of my property. So that edge is the boundary, and then you see the property, and there's my house off in the distance in Kirkland, New Brunswick. So that's looking down the road. You can see the sign for the creek, and this is all my property there. And there's the house, and you can see the bit that I've cleared is only about a quarter of the land. There's a car coming, and that's the neighbor's place there, just past the truck. Here's just another view from the other side. I'm going to do a little 360. That's the other neighbor just across the street. I filmed the other house for quite a while. And here's from this side, and you can see the windows are in, but they're not framed up yet. See, the roof is in pretty good shape. And there's the chimney that I installed for the wood stove. And there's my my one tree. Come around the side, not much to see. And then this is basically the backyard. My property extends off into that shrub. But you can see how thick the shrubs are. All this land that I cleared had all that thick shrub on it, so it was fairly, it took quite a while to get all that cleared. And come around the side. There we go. And now that's just looking back out to the road where I was before. Swing back around to this side of the house. There it is from that side. So this is coming inside, obviously. Let's see. Here's my little bed, the wood stove that I put in. And this is going to be the kitchen at some point. Got the drain hooked up. Come around. Okay, and then in this corner is the bathroom. If I back up a little bit, you can see it. And it doesn't quite, there's obviously a roof on the bathroom, but it doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling because the ceiling is about 11 feet. So there's a little storage area up there that'll be curtained off at some point. I'll come into the bathroom. Obviously toilet, sink, one of the windows, and I've got the tub in, and it's all plumbed in. The drains work, but there's no water at this point. And then I haven't finished the ceiling, but I have a light in there and got it all wired in. And then come back out, and that's looking at the front door. It's all the utility stuff, and then the ladder that goes up to the loft, which is just an attic at this point. I'll go up there in a second. That's about it down here. Kind of tough to get a sense of the size. There's the block and tackle that I hooked up to get stuff up and out of here. And just to give you a reference point, the top of the block and tackle there, where it's screwed into the rafters, that's 6 feet. So if you were to draw a line right across there, that's sort of head height. So you can easily walk around up here. I think the peak is about, I would guess, maybe 8 feet. So it's going to be a fair big space. It's as big as the downstairs, obviously, just completely open space. And there's nothing here at the minute, but it's all rough cut 2x4s. I've started to clean it out. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not. This part's all been cleaned out, and the rest of it was all just full of absolutely everything. I've taken out probably, I don't know, 10 garbage cans full of stuff, lowered it down through the block and tackle. This is a little bit strange. You can see that in the downstairs picture. The original chimney came up through here, but never went all the way to the ground, so it's supported in this sort of bracket thing and went up through the roof, which I'm not sure how safe that was, but I guess it lasted for 50 or 60 years. So most of what I'm taking out of here is bricks and the old roof and everything. Here's just a view from the top of the ladder. You get a scan of everything. You can see the porthole behind the kitchen sink there is going to be the garbage can, and that's all temporary. Right where the gas stove is going to be a proper stove, and then up there you can see that box. That's what we just looked at upstairs. That's where the chimney would have started. Like I said, it never actually went to the ground. It was just built up from there. And then outside. Okay, so that's just to give you some reference. I'm going to turn around. So this is all my property here, and then this is just the path that leads down to the stream, and the road's just right there. You can see I've planted a few trees, and hopefully they will take root and become bigger. As you can see, all this is my property as well. There's the house, but all of this brush stuff is mostly just sort of a weed. And that I had to clear out. And this just continues on down to the stream up there. Okay. This is a little bit that I cleared out to get to the stream. You can see the bridge is just there, and then it comes down. Most of the bank is mud, but this little part's all stone. I think probably left over from when they built the bridge. You can see the water. The water's really high. It's probably about 2 feet higher than it was when I first got here. So there's the water down there, and it's not moving too quickly, but it's definitely moving. And then there's the bridge, but hardly any traffic whatsoever. Maybe every once in a while a car goes by. And then this river goes down and connects up to a bigger river, and then I think eventually to the St. John's. But there's all kinds of fish and stuff. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them there. I got it. But it's pretty. The water is sort of brown, but it's pretty clear, or pretty clean. There's nothing particularly worrying in it. There's nothing upstream. But the rest of the bank. The rest of the bank, most of the way down, just looks like that. It's pretty hard to access unless you clear a little path like I did. Back. But it's all rocks and stuff down there, so it's not too bad. And then that leads back up. And this is, I'm standing on the river edge a little bit further down. This is the far edge of the property. You can see most of the bush and stuff hasn't been cleared. There's tons of it. But pretty much everything up until that tree you can see in the far background is a boundary. That other tree there actually is about 10 feet onto the other guy's property, so that's a boundary. And there's the house there, obviously. Spin around, you can see it just goes out to the road. And then back down there to another place I can get into the stream. But the bank here it's not very good. It's all just sort of mud. The water's fine, but it's pretty hard to access it there. That's what most of the bank is like, most of the way down. I think I'm the only place that has a rock like that, and it's not natural. I think it's left over from the construction. You can see on the other side there. It's pretty much like that all the way around, but you can tell the water's really, really high, much higher than usual, which I guess is a good thing because my property's not flooded, so it tells me I'm relatively safe.